Hello my fellow readers. In this video I'm going to be opening up the latest FairyLoot. Now this should actually be the June FairyLoot. I got it a while ago, but then I just haven't had time to open it. I'll go ahead and take the books out. Now I do know, especially the adult book for this, and I'm a little bit stressed out about it. I happen to have already read the adult book, so it is a brand new release. I read the arc of it, but then I read that this edition is different from the regular edition, and so I'm slightly stressed out because now I'm like, do I go through and read the book all over again, or do I just say, I know the story well enough? And if I ever want to do a reread, because I'm keeping the book for sure. I really enjoyed the original reading of the book that I did. We'll talk about it when I get to it. So first I'm going to start with the YA. So, oh, I should probably open it so they can show you. It's alright, you know, it's probably just the heat. The heat's getting to my brain. Okay, so June 2026, the theme is Falling for the Enemy, and the book is Shadow Reaper by Lynette Noni. In a city consumed by deadly mist, a Reaper hunter finally gets a chance at revenge when she captures her enemy's right-hand man, but trusting him could cost her more than she bargained for. Your FairyLoot exclusive edition has a redesigned cover by Afterblossom Art and designed by Amy Sharp illustration, a color variation of the trade cover as reversible dust jacket, artwork on the hardcover by Dre Gomez, and designed by Amy Sharp illustration artwork on the end papers by Covaline, I hope that's right, Covaline, and foiled details by Blanca Design. Digitally sprayed edges on all three sides by Afterblossom Art, and author letter bound into the book, exclusive bonus content, and is signed by the author. So this is an actual signed book. Sometimes, most of the time, I would say they usually do a digital signature. This time it should be an actual signature. And I do think this looks really pretty, so I hope the book itself is good. And again, if you ever see these and you like it, always make sure to check to see if I am selling it. I will keep those that I really like, but occasionally those I'm just lukewarm about, I will go ahead and sell, hoping that it finds a home with someone who either has the space or who might love it more than I do. But, of course, you run the risk that I really loved it and am keeping it. This one does have beautiful design. Let's read more about the book. Never bargain with a Reaper. The city of Aravel is in peril, plagued by a deadly black mist that kills all it touches, and Reapers who roam the streets, leaving a trail of bodies in their wake. 17-year-old Reaper hunter Viridia Solis has made it her life's mission to capture their leader, the man who murdered her parents, but the notorious Reaper priest has eluded the best hunters on the Elverdine Isle for years, until now. When the priest's right-hand man, Reeve Ashton, is captured, he offers Viri a chance to avenge her parents for a price. She knows better than to bargain with a Reaper, especially this one, but his offer is too good to resist. Only trusting Reeve comes with a heavy cost, and soon Viri risks losing everything, including her heart. Ooh la la. So, sounds typical, but I might really enjoy that. Because sometimes I want the familiar. I'm not looking for new and exciting sometimes. Now, on to the book that I know what it is. And had I opened this sooner, probably would have been on one of my favorite designs. So, the adult fantasy box for June 2026, the theme was Legends, and the book is The Unicorn Hunters by Catherine Arden. When the fate of her people and her throne hang in the balance, an orphan duchess must face a perilous journey into a realm of myths and legends to discover a hidden power that could either save her or destroy her. Your FairyLoot exclusive edition has a redesigned cover by Jason Chung Art and designed by Lydia Blagden, a color variation of the trade cover as a reversible dust jacket, artwork on the hardcover by Shay D. Garden. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I see what you did there and I like it. And designed by Lydia Blagden. Artwork on the end papers by Annalise Jensen, and digitally sprayed edges on all three sides by Jason Chung Art. An author letter bound into the book with a digital signature and exclusive bonus content. So again, this is one where it's a digital signature, which is the norm. Now, I am forever saddened because I would have loved to have had FairyLoot's edition of the Winter Light, right? Winter Light trilogy. Anyway, Kevin Arden's big trilogy with the Bear and the Nightingale. Wow. I'm having trouble speaking because I absolutely love that trilogy. I read the arc of, I think, all of those books, honestly. I think I got all of them and loved it. The arc was different from the actual release, but loved it. And so I still have not read, is it The Warm Hands of Ghosts? Is that the one? I've not read that one because it just didn't sound like my normal interest, which is more like fantasy. I don't know, like it just sounded different from what I normally like. Look at how pretty this is. It's just so classically nice. But this one I was interested in. And not just because there was a unicorn mentioned, although that's a big part of it. But I enjoyed the fact that this would be historical. It would bring back the fantastical elements. There's a lot of this that is like classic lore storytelling. This one follows Anna Brittany, who, okay, it's a big story. So she was, or at least I'm trying to remember her actual story, because I know that she ends up married twice in real life. And I think in this, she is engaged to be wed to the King of France, which she did not want to do because she did not want Brittany to be subsumed into France. So she ends up going behind, in the book, the King of France's back to try to set an engagement with, I think, was it the Austrian king? The German king? I don't remember, but she goes behind the back because that king was recently widowed. And so she is taking the advantage of the situation, essentially. And so she's making those arrangements. Meanwhile, the King of France comes to visit her, and she's trying to do whatever she can to forestall having to marry him. She ends up marrying the other king, but through, oh my gosh, what is it called? I don't remember what they call it, but a guy substituted himself in for the king. So technically she would be married even though she didn't marry the king. And there's a whole involvement too, including like she can't be seen as decent, or like they have to fulfill the marriage covenant, but not really. And then France comes again. She's trying to put him off, and so I don't remember if she makes up the story that she saw the unicorn, because she does actually see the unicorn at some point. But the King of France, who really enjoys hunting, hears this and embarks on a quest to get the unicorn. And so that's like a big part of it. Meanwhile, she does actually end up seeing a unicorn and kind of being pulled into, but not fully, because it kind of follows her out. This other traditional land that has been hidden for years and years, and it is actually part of the whole lore, even though the actual historical events are different from this, if that makes sense. I think that this is the kind of book that you will finish and you will then want to know more about the historic facts And it is an interesting history, especially like what happened with Brittany. But in the long run, I like the way that she kind of changed history and dealt with this, including with a love story that does occur in here and actually did become part of Anne's life. I just think it's fascinating overall, and I would recommend this. But like I said, from what I've heard, and remember, I've finished this by now, and I probably couldn't tell you all the fine details, so I'm not sure I would even pick up on the differences. From what I've read, this is partially redone for FairyLoot and has extra. So I think when it says exclusive bonus content, I think it's more than just bonus content. I think this is really a FairyLoot exclusive edition of the book. Just notice I have some like binding issues on mine. And Catherine Arden does a great afterword to fill in a little bit of the pieces of Anne's life, in case you were interested. I'm in desperate need of knowing like if this is actually different, because I do not want to go back and reread a book that I've already finished if it's not that different. But either way, I'm very happy to own this. I liked the book. I do like fantasy that has historic elements. Her other trilogy, fantasy trilogy, was very much like that as well. But it was more Russian, I believe. Russian setting with fairy tale elements. Yeah, Winter Night trilogy. There we go. So I have done that one. And then I've read her Small Spaces series, which I did enjoy. That's for kids. It's a middle grade series, horror series, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a little creepy. I've not read The Strangest Fish, which was for kids, or The Warm Hands of Ghosts. But maybe I now need to just read The Warm Hands of Ghosts. Anyway, I'm babbling. So we're gonna call this quits. But I do enjoy this edition. I think it's lovely. And I don't know, I have to, I think, find out more about whether this is different than what I read, which stresses me out, but it's all right. So there you have it, the June books. I will find out more about this, but I would say if you want to read the regular, you're going to have a good time. It is a very well-written book. It's very enjoyable. And then this one, which of course I have to read. So, Shadow Reaper. I'll find out. That is all for this video. Until next time, bye.